Whew, broskies. Uh, I hope I end up maybe loosely editing this, but maybe nothing too crazy and whatnot, because I don't feel like it and I don't want to. It's been a while. It's been like, what now? Like 2 weeks since I've been on YouTube. I am so sorry. Honestly, I was kind of stuck at my college for a couple of days because of a corona scare, but I don't have it, thank God. I do have a cold though, but we're taking Mucinex. Anyway, it's really good actually. Mucinex, and also it doesn't taste that bad. But anyway, what was I gonna say, broskies? That's a very important question. I'm the only one here to answer that now. Oh, yeah, okay. Today, we're just gonna talk briefly because I just want to say, as a black person at this point in time and whatnot, I'm very grateful for the progress that we've made in, getting getting rights that we shouldn't have to, explain why we need them or why we should have them or why we should be treated fairly and equally as all people should be. We've made some giant improvements in this fight for rights, but it's still a battle. It's still a giant battle, everyone, and whatnot. And today I want to talk about Breonna Taylor and how I'm so sorry for everything that's happened with that, because the attorney, I don't even know his name. Is his name like Cameron or something? I don't know. The attorney who was gonna bring up the officers that killed her on charges, and when I ended up only bringing one officer on charges of wanton endangerment or whatnot, and it wasn't even about her. It was about bullets going into another apartment because they were shooting into her apartment to shoot at her boyfriend, whoever was shooting at them and whatnot or whatever. But there was a lot of ish wrong with that, with the case. There's a lot of ish wrong with the case and whatnot. I just wanted to make this video because Breonna Taylor deserves so much better, and I'm so sorry, Breonna Taylor, and I'm so sorry to her family. And I don't care even if, her family's getting money and whatnot. That doesn't make it okay that her daughter's gone and people have marred her name and said awful things like, oh, well, you shouldn't be hanging out with drug dealers. Please burn in hell for saying something like that. Please burn in hell, because she deserved to live. Doesn't everyone? Who are we to say who doesn't deserve to live and whatnot? It's not like she was a rapist or a murderer or something, but still, cops are meant to be judge, jury, and executioners, and I don't know what the incels are not understanding about that. But it's so sad. It's so sad. Honestly, I swear, at this point, to be black, as literally the history, is to be tired and angry, just this state of anger, fear, and just tiredness, just wanting to be done with it and whatnot. Honestly, broskies, a brother is tired. This is tiring, but that's the thing, this is tiring and whatnot, and this sucks, but we still need to have these conversations, and we still need to have this dialogue, and we still need to continue the fight for black lives, because black lives do matter, and we still need to advocate and fight for every black life that has been taken unjustly, of course, and all that. I don't know how you can say a life was taken justly. Anyways, we need to keep fighting and whatnot. Breonna deserved better. George deserved better. Trayvon deserved better. Sandra deserved better. Eric deserved better. Ahmaud deserved better. Tony deserved better. Mike deserves. So many black people deserve better, and I don't see how that's an argument of. I don't see how that's an argument. That doesn't make me a radical. I've been in so many spaces now where it's I'm a radical because I believe in human rights, and I believe that black people should be able to have this dialogue and openly speak about the racism in America specifically, but the racism across the world and whatnot, and how black people are being killed, and it's crazy, and nobody has cared enough to get off their butt cheeks and do a dang thing. And how recently the Black Lives Matter organization was treated like a has just been treated like a movement, when Black Lives Mattering is so much more than a movement. And it really triggers, I hate saying this word, but it really triggers me and upsets me when someone treats Black Lives Mattering and the Black Lives organization is just the movement. No, baby, it's not just a movement. It's Black lives really do matter, and we need to be doing better, and Breonna Taylor deserves so much better, and that's just that. There's no buts about that. Breonna Taylor deserves so much better, and it shouldn't be just black people fighting for, black rights, civil rights, Like, come on. Like, you can't be white, Hispanic, Asian, or whatever, anything and whatnot, and just sit around and not advocate for justice for all people and whatnot. You can't just sit around and live in a bubble and be ignorant to what's going on in the world and whatnot, because, you know, ignorance is not bliss, and that's not okay. Breonna Taylor and so many other people deserve so much better, and there's no buts, but there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. It's really just that simple and whatnot. And if you want to argue with something, go argue with a wall and not one of mine, because my walls don't care. And don't, you know, say some BS in the comments, because I don't care. Blocked, 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 blocked. But Breonna Taylor deserves so much better. I'm disgusted with the attorney that's been taking care of this case, because he really ain't doing much, and he really has been mad, hesitant to do anything about this and whatnot. He's a coon. I'm saying he's a coon, and his behavior is just disgusting. Like, bro, you should be angry. Like, as a black person, who I'm pro-black, and I'm upset and angry about this, as I should be, as I have a right to be. As a black person, you should be. And that's not me trying to dictate how black people feel about this and whatnot. It's just that it's plain and simple that you're black and your people are being killed because of the fact that they're black. And aside from that, their lives are being endangered and they're being killed with disregard to their lives. Like, such disregard. Like, the disregard for Breonna Taylor, like, the officers, like, the one officer made that statement about how he feels like they all did the right thing that night. Like, bro, someone's dead. Like, a life was taken. Like, doesn't that matter to you? A black woman's life was taken. Does that just not matter to people? Like, come on. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, people really don't be valuing black life and black women specifically. Black women are doing so much and whatnot. The whole stereotypes of black women being strong and having to be strong this and having to carry the men and having to carry this and carry that and them having to get through this struggle and that struggle is completely disgusting, because black women shouldn't have to find their own value in being strong and being independent and having to, you know, take care of men and having to do this and do that and whatnot. That's not, like, you know, no. And also the heteronormativity that is painted for black women and whatnot. Like, come on, let's not forget about our LGBTQ black women. Let's not do that. Let's not forget about trans black women, even though people love erasing trans black women from the overall narrative of black people. Come on. There's so much to talk about, but I really want to just say and just stay focused with the whole fact that Breonna Taylor deserves so much better. And it's very disgusting how little value there's been for her life. And that's that. There's really not much to say, but that's that. And may God be with her family. And it's so taxing. It's so taxing. It's so mentally straining. But I can only imagine how her family feels and whatnot. And still, this whole, I'm never going to understand this whole, like, oh, I'm tired of protests. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of racism. I'm like, well, yeah, imagine how black people feel who are dealing with that. And imagine how the families of people who have been murdered by cops and white supremacists feel. Like, imagine that. Imagine how tired they are of it. Like, put it to rest, baby. Pyramid. Broskies, that's pretty much that. It's rock. I didn't even do an intro. But it is what it is. Breonna, I'm so sorry for Breonna Taylor, and she deserves so much better. And I'm disgusted with people in general. Very sickening. Very just sickening behavior. Very sickening. And the officers will burn in hell. Period. I don't make the rules. That's it. You do evil, karma will get you, and God will get you. Broskies, thank you for watching. Please keep the dialogue open. And we need to keep doing something about this. We cannot let these people get away with this. We cannot let these kind of people get away with this. And that's pretty much it, broskies. You know, do the usual. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, all that. Thank you. But we need to keep fighting for black lives, please. And that's it. All right. I'm going to see y'all.